If you don't believe in magic, you might just after this next segment. Welcome back to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing, your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, and a little bit of local history, sports, and lifting up the community whenever possible, whenever I can squeeze it in. And we are going to continue that with our Miracle Strip Body Shop afternoon interview segment of the day, with an encore performance, a reappearing act by local magician Dylan Snow, who appears up and down the Panhandle. And speaking of Suds and Cinema, because our last guests are performing there this Sunday, he has performed there previously, and he actually has an upcoming performance again on April 17th and 18th at Suds and Cinema from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets only $10, and the price of admission might be a little low, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that. This guy is super talented.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Thank you. No, it's a pleasure being back. Thank you for that shout out again for the upcoming show. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Great to go back to Suds and Cinema. It's such a cool little theater there.
It is.
It's a great place to also host events, as the previous guest mentioned. Doing their musician stuff there, and I've seen birthday parties there being hosted and other stuff going on, and just recently magic shows. So Miss Stacy and I have been talking about that and working that, and hopefully more to come. But yeah, April 17th, 18th, there'll be two shows that day. The 6 to 7 p.m. show is more of like where you could bring your kids, and kind of your family night, whereas the 8 and 9 p.m. show is mostly going to be, your adults and just kind of hang out kind of thing.
I'll be there.
All right, there you go. We got somebody coming.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Can't wait. It's beautiful to hear all the different ways that Suds and Cinema is utilizing their space. They're not just a movie theater house anymore. They are an experience in and of itself. And thank you for coming back to the show.
Thank you for having me back, especially on Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's definitely a certain. Do you have a favorite Friday the 13th movie? Oh,
I'm more of a Ghostface guy. Ghostface.
Gotcha.
I like Ghostface, but
All
I can't go wrong with the Friday the 13th franchise. But Scream is pretty cool. I like it. That's a good movie.
Are you ever able to incorporate any sort of scary elements? I mean, if you had a show on Friday the 13th, how would you incorporate that into a performance?
Funny you mentioned that. I'm actually, in our next segment, will show you how, because I have a little ghost story for you all. After our break, I will mention a little ghost story. So
I love it. I love it.
Excited.
Yes, and that other voice you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is the Omni Broadcasting News Director, Ms. Frankie Bennett. Welcome back to the show, Frankie.
Thank you so much. And I'm a super fan. I'm like his #1 fan.
Yes,
I'm trying not to fangirl out. Seriously. I love magicians. I love magic. So I'm really
Thank you.
excited.
Thank you. Appreciate
She couldn't get in the studio quick enough.
Yeah,
she realized
she's
you
like,
were
get out of the
back.
way. He's here.
I'm like, I got stuff to do with a magician.
Brady Brooks is also still here in the studio, even though he didn't have a microphone or a headset right now. He participated last week, and he was just as left in awe, and he does not want to miss out on anything. He's now you are wearing sleeves today, so
it was a little chillier out. I mean, I can roll them up; it doesn't matter. But with the wind out there and the little nippiness for Florida, kind of had them down for a bit.
Yeah, the weather really can't decide what to do today. Frankie, you've actually got the Panhandle weather report in front of you, behind the news thing. Do you mind? It's at the bottom of there, bottom half of that sheet.
Okay.
Do you mind, since we're talking about the weather? Do you mind?
Got it. Oh, yes. Now? Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yes.
This is your Panhandle weather report for Friday the 13th, brought to you by Okaloosa County Commissioner Sherry Cox. Right now, along the Emerald Coast, we're looking at temperatures in the mid-60s with mostly sunny skies. And today we've had plenty of sunshine, and the high was around 68 with light winds. But tonight, the skies will stay mostly clear with a cool low around 56. Saturday looks beautiful. We got lots of sunshine and warm temperatures reaching about 74. And at night, it's going to be in the mid-60s. And this Sunday, you can expect partly sunny skies with a slight chance of a passing shower and a high near 75. That's your Fort Walton Beach forecast through the weekend. Today's weather report has been brought to you by Okaloosa County Commissioner Sherry Cox. Rain, wind, or sun, Commissioner Cox gets it done.
Well played, Frankie Bennett.
You're like a professional.
She's and a great person too. Salt of the earth, this woman.
Thank you.
So Dylan, remind our listeners a little bit about your backstory. Maybe they didn't catch last week's show. Where are you from?
I'll keep it brief this time. Yeah, originally from Chicago, Illinois. I read somebody said last time what part of Chicago. Jefferson Park actually is where I was. So I was actually in the city, not the suburbs. But I grew up there for a little bit and kind of was there for about 8 years or so, 7 years maybe. I was in Chicago, and then my family and I moved to the actual suburbs, where that's where I kind of started to pick up my magic career a bit more. And then once I found out Chicago was the birthplace of close-up magic, I took up and came back down to Chicago and tried to do something there. So.
Okay.
And I'm from Chicago. Chicago
you're
is my
from
home.
Chicago?
Yes,
Oh, what
69th
part?
and South Shore.
Okay.
Right across
Yeah.
from the Country Club,
There you
South
go.
Shore,
Nice.
Chicago. Yes.
Awesome.
I used to watch the Bozo Show, which
Yeah.
emanated from the
My mom was
WGN
on the Bozo
studio.
Show.
Shut
Oh,
up.
that's
my
so
mom
cool.
Like she
was
was
on-
called to play the
I
grand
think
prize
she was
game?
on the show, yeah, as a contestant. She did the buckets.
Oh my gosh.
No way.
There was a
How many? What number bucket did she make it to?
I forgot. I would have
I
to
bet she
ask her.
remembers.
but
I
I'll
remember
find
bucket
out,
number
yeah.
4 was always a town and country radio flyer wagon.
Yeah, my mom was on the Bozo Show, and what's cool is there's actually a broadcasting museum down there in Chicago, and they have all of the Bozo memorabilia there, which they have the costumes, the props, and they had the Bozo buckets, and that's when my mom was like, "Oh yeah, I did that."
That's awesome.
Bozo was a big deal.
That
He
was
had
a
a
big
cartoon. He had
Yeah.
merchandise. There
Yeah.
were multiple Bozo clowns. He had an assistant
I
named
think he
Cookie.
did have a magician on there.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did. He had a
What was his
magician.
name?
It began with a Z. I know that. I think he's friends
my
with me on
Lord.
Facebook. Actually,
Oh my
I feel
gosh, that's
bad.
He's
so
still alive.
awesome.
We're
Yeah,
gonna have to
thank
get
you.
him on the show.
Oh, yeah, I can. If you fly him down, I'll fly him down.
Because I think Cookie's dead. Sorry, rest in
Oh.
peace, Cookie.
Rest in peace, Cookie.
That was his
What a
clown
bummer,
assistant.
Garrett.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks.
sorry. I didn't mean to. But let me
Bring
look
the
up the rabbit hole here. Magician on the Bozo Show.
I know it begins with like a Z, if I recall.
Marshall Brodian was the famous magician on the Bozo Show. Wizzo the Wizard.
Wizzo the
Wizzo,
Wizard.
that's
Yes,
it.
that's
Wizzo
right.
the
Disease.
Wizard.
I think a friend of mine on Facebook used to be friends with him. Actually, is what I think it was.
Awesome.
Something I know. I have to ask him again. I'll message him.
Well, who is the most famous magician that you are friends with? Like, who do you have someone in your phone that is like most that's a famous contact? I'll let you define famous.
Yeah, let me see. Dang, that is a good question. I have a few magician friends, but as of somebody famous,
They all disappeared.
yeah, they all were there. I'm not sure. The one person I would love to meet, though, because I've met a couple magicians, is the guy who actually started my magic career, Brian Brushwood. I would love to meet him. He was on Scam School, and it was a TV show that taught you how to do bar bets and magic tricks. And that's how I got into it, was watching it with my dad and following the tutorials afterward. And he had like the spiky hair look and the cool vibe and everything. I'm like, I want to be like that. And now he has a YouTube channel, Scam School, and I've been watching that occasionally on there and stuff. And he has his daughter on there too, which is pretty cool, and she does magic as well. But it's such a cool guy. That would be my dream, to meet the guy who got me into magic. Was on
Okay.
Scam
Well,
School.
I see something happening in the future. Okay.
Yeah, if you do make that connection, give us his number too, so he can come on our show.
yeah.
I could reach out to him. I could try.
Yeah, you're listening to Gareth Stearns and Frankie Bennett and magician Dylan Snow, who is making an encore appearance here on Fort Walton Beach. What we're doing, ta-da! I love it. We're in the next segment. If you are just tuning in via the traditional terrestrial way on FM 94.3. If there's a way that you can go onto the Facebook live stream on my personal page, Gareth Stearns, he is going to wow us all with his sleight of hand. No, I'm sorry, his sorcery. His sorcery.
Yes. Don't do it while driving, though. Make
Right.
sure you're in a safe location.
Speaking of sleight of hand, though, do you think that you could go to maybe not Vegas, Biloxi, and get away with?
I would think that. I would also like Branson or somewhere in Tennessee, like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. That would
Right.
be even better too.
One of the
Or even here in
reservations.
Fort Walton. My goal is to have my own theater one day. So
Yes, I see that.
I see that. Yeah, a little parlor show.
Well, he'll be playing at the Suds Cinema movie theater on April 17th and 18th. Dylan Snow, magician extraordinaire. He is going to be joining us for another segment, and he's going to be wowing us with his magical sorcery type skills here on Fort Walton Beach. What we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, so unfortunately, somehow, some way, Friday the 13th caught up to me and actually stopped the Facebook Live video right before I was about to perform. So unfortunately, we don't have that, but I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. There definitely will be more in the future, and also stay tuned for upcoming events that are happening so fast that even I can't even keep up with. Just kidding. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. But keep an eye out on my accounts. You can find it on Instagram, Dylan Snow Magic. Follow me on there. Stay up to date on where I'm gonna be, where I'm gonna perform, all that Jimmy Jazz. And yet again, thank you for watching. If you liked it, like it, comment what your favorite part of the video was. How about that? Thank you all.